Well, hello, Dirtfish Rally friends. Saturday lunchtime here at Rally Japan. 4 stages down at this morning. 2 traditional stages and 2 little super specials. Entertaining little super specials they were too. But the morning stages, well, quite different from yesterday. Yesterday, remember, we saw that torrential rain, those really difficult conditions. This morning, would you believe, little bit of sunshine, but it was still damp in places, it was still slippery under the trees, there were still decisions to be made about the optimum tyre choice out there. Thierry Neuville, thank goodness, was back out. He was first on the road this morning. Well, do you know what? He came across a very interesting incident, which, thank goodness, he still managed to see the funny side of.
I don't know. I mean, I have not more information, to be honest. For sure, it's not the first time I catch a Toyota, but this time it wasn't the good one. It took me a while to understand what happened, actually. But then I saw this Japanese driver sitting on the wrong side in the car, and I understood, that obviously we catch the car. It was, I don't know what happened. We informed immediately the FIA for the safety reasons, and the stage was red flagged.
So yeah, that opening stage was delayed for a while. A number of our drivers will be given notional times. Second stage of the morning though, all our Rally 1 cars got through. And it was a tricky little stage. No incident of note, thank goodness, in there. They then came here to Okazaki, the little super special, great crowds, tremendous atmosphere here as well. They've come in to this regroup behind us. Look at the crowds there as well, enormous crowds everywhere in Japan. And then they're into a tyre zone before they head back out this afternoon for actually another 5 more stages. In terms of overalls, well, it's still very much Elvin Evans who leads the way. His lead, 1 minute and 35 seconds over Sebastian Ogier. Ogier and Rovanperä relatively close this morning. Ogier now has a lead over Rovanperä though of 35 seconds. That's our top 3.
Now you feel like you don't really want to give away time, but of course you also can't afford a mistake, so it's a difficult balance to try and find.
Talked to a number of drivers about the tyre choice and it's been difficult. I guess that you had the luxury of going a bit conservative in terms of tyre choice. Would that be fair to say?
Yeah, I would think that's fair to say, but it probably cost us a bit, even in the second one where we decided to fit the wets to be on the safe side. It didn't feel so good, but I don't think it would have felt good whatever tyre you were on, in fairness.
Tell me about this little super special here, 2 runs of the Okazaki stage. Lots of fans, it looked actually like a lot of fun.
It was a good stage to drive. It's super abrasive, so the tyres look unmarked from the morning and then they get finished here in 4K. So.
And this afternoon, what is the plan for the afternoon? How will you approach the stages?
I'll try and keep up a good rhythm, the same as we have been doing, and see what's possible.
You know, I went to your service area last night, and it was like, this is no disrespect, because I know they did an incredible job. It was like a scene of devastation. Your mechanics worked unbelievably hard last night. Tell us about that process.
Yeah, they had to replace a piece of the roll cage, which is never easy. Yeah, the rules are the rules, so you need to do that, even if we all know that at the end of the day you doesn't really make the car stronger with that, but at the end, if I have to set a limit and any small impact on the roll cage have to be fixed, and yesterday afternoon when they hit this Amco, it was like it was very low speed and like nearly, very small impact, but still enough to make a small push on the tube, and then the mechanic had a big job yesterday night, so for sure I'm happy with what they've done. Okay, we took a minute penalty, but we are still in the race, so I have to congratulate them.
Yeah, the morning was fine. We were definitely expecting more dry and higher grip condition. I think we went quite dry setup with the car and also some differential things. It's working straight away really well when we have a bit, let's say, drier and wider road. We have some really good splits, but then on the wet or like damp and slicky places, we lose a lot of time, and of course we are not really fighting with Seb either, so we are just taking care.
How difficult is that? You know, yesterday your rally was more or less, in terms of the rally win, it was over, wasn't it? But you know, obviously the 1, 2, 3 for Toyota is really important. You've got to keep that focus. And as we saw yesterday, it's so easy to make a little mistake here.
Yeah, for sure, it's tricky, and already this morning I knew that even Seb was closer. If I push fully and take all the risk, I cannot really go much faster than him, even I don't know if even the same pace. So no point really to take any crazy risk and just try to bring home the great result.
Not an awful lot going on, I'd have to say, in Rally 1. It is very much about getting through each stage. But what we're looking at is the battle in Rally 2. It's incredible. Andreas Mikkelsen still leads the way from Gregoire Munster. The difference is 3.5 seconds. We caught up with both of those drivers a little bit earlier on.
After the morning loop yesterday, we decided to take it down a notch and be safe. We had a big lead, and then Munster got a great time on the first pass because he had the red flag. And then we only had a very, very small lead overnight, which we kept more or less the same now on the morning stages, but it's very difficult, the conditions today actually. Maybe more difficult than yesterday, because yesterday it was just really slippery everywhere. Now it's like 1 or 2 corners here and there, so not easy. But we're in the fight.
For sure, we had a red flag, so we didn't even do the first split. First, we were like 55 seconds with that time of Andreas, but then over the 4 other stages, we were the fastest. So they corrected that time, and we could stay with the position we should have.
I think it's 2 or 3 seconds still between you and Andreas. It's a great fight. Maybe Andreas is beginning to feel a little bit of pressure, because everyone, it's fair to say, would expect him to win this, but you are keeping the fight there.
Yeah, I mean, it's really a tricky condition. We kind of like these kind of roads and the tricky weather. So if you can keep up the pressure, then that's perfect. But he's a world champion, so it's not easy. Normally, it's us that should have pressure.
Just completed the one-day women's rear-wheel drive class at Dirtfish, and it was a blast.
New experiences, learning a lot. It's a lot of fun.
All the enthusiasm from all the women. I felt a lot more comfortable in the car and got a lot more out of the class. And I think everyone should do it.
Well, as you can see, it's a very busy place down there. Still decisions to be made about the tyre choice for this afternoon. Yes, it's drying out. Underneath the trees, though, it's incredibly slippery. It is still quite damp as well in places. So we'll see what happens on this afternoon's stages. Plenty more action to come, that is for sure. If you have missed anything at all, don't forget Dirtfish Live Centre. There's plenty there for you to look at, plenty to read, plenty to watch, plenty to listen to. Press that button, it'll take you there. You can catch up with all of our coverage so far, and there was loads yesterday that we reported on. If you haven't seen the reports from the incidents yesterday, go and have a look at those now. So folks, quite a bit more rallying to come today, and then tomorrow there is potentially a sting in the tail for this rally. There is a lot of talk around the service zone, around the teams, amongst the drivers, about snow in the forecast. Yes, you heard me right. A little bit of snow in the forecast for tomorrow. We'll keep you updated with that as we get closer to tomorrow's stages. So, a little bit more to come this afternoon, folks. We'll catch up with you at the end of the day.